So when we talk about the physical world, we have to go over some laws and theories first. Einstein's E equals mc squared. This means energy is equal to mass moving at the speed of light. Another is matter is anything that has mass and takes up space. This is saying that all matter in the physical world is pure energy at light speed. Gravity causes matter to slow down. Gravity causes an attraction to other pieces of matter. That causes small pieces and tiny pieces of matter to accumulate, making bigger and bigger objects in the physical world. Gravity's goal is to bring all the physical world, all matter, all energy together. Little things fall into big things. They accumulate. Gravity then pushes it all into a smaller amount of space. Let's say you have a bunch of rubber bands spread out on a table. Each rubber band represents a piece of matter in the universe. Gravity takes all those rubber bands and brings them all together into a rubber band ball. Then gravity will pressure on that ball, squeezing it into a little amount of space, making the ball more dense and more energetic. So let's start with a little scaling. Remember, all big things are made of small things. Let's take a bird's eye view of the universe. There's 100 billion galaxies in the universe. There's 100 billion stars in the galaxy. One star, like ours, the sun, has 8 or 9 planets, asteroids, comets, and moons circling it. One of these structures, like the planet Earth, has 7 oceans, 7 continents, mountains, jungles, woods, beaches, 6 billion people, over 500,000 types of plants. All the plants and animals are made up of organs, and all the organs are made up of cells. There's a bunch of random objects on Earth, uncountable amount. All of it is made up of compound elements. Remember the periodic table? Elements being attracted to each other by gravity or a gravity-like force and coming together and making bigger things. All of the elements that we know in the whole universe is on the periodic table. Each element has an atom. Atoms are made up of proton, neutron, and electrons. The only difference between the lightest atom and the heaviest atom is the amount of protons, neutrons, and electrons that make it up. Its mass is the only difference between hydrogen and cruthonium. I don't know how to say it, but the only difference between these atoms are their mass. Protons, neutrons, and electrons are made up of leptons and quarks. These are the smallest things that we can see, but they're very powerful. Remember, the atomic bomb has to do with splitting atoms, a lot of energy in small things. So as we zoom in, we need microscopes and a large hadron collider to see how the small world, the micro world works. But this seems to be a more reliable perspective of reality. As we zoom out to our normal perspective, we notice that our brain, our consciousness creates an illusion and a matrix. We don't see, we see water. We don't see oxygen and hydrogen molecules. We don't, we see metal. We don't see the molecules that make the metal. Our perspective is off, which leads me to consciousness.